Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us here today. We're here to talk about everyone's favorite subject, crypto, which I'm sure is even more true now that Bitcoin is at 56,000, 57,000. I haven't checked again this morning. I want to start off, Gracy, maybe with you. Do you have any idea why prices are rebounding so much? What's behind this latest market explosion?
I think for this morning, it really came up a lot, surprisingly. But for the past few months, the reason is quite obvious, mainly two. Number one, SEC approved the spot ETF of Bitcoin in January 10th. And that means lots of institutional money, as of retail investors, can invest in crypto directly through ETF. So lots of traditional financial investors who are allocating maybe 1%, 5% of their portfolio are looking into crypto. So I think that's one of the reasons. The second one is probably very much related to the macroeconomics. For example, the expectation in terms of the US Federal Reserve are going to cut the interest rate. And that drives not just crypto, but also all the sort of like risky assets, including equity. So I think that's the two main reasons. And then we're seeing Bitcoin halving in maybe April, and then Cancun upgrade in Ethereum during March.
You know, I think the last couple years in crypto obviously have been defined by rife fraud and a lot of high-profile trials like Sam Bankman-Fried. I think a lot of people lost money investing at the top of cycles in 2021. So what do you think the message should be for everyday traders or even VCs who got in the last cycle who may have now regretted their decision? What do you think the message is about where the crypto industry is currently and where Web3 is headed?
So don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm very deeply involved in the industry. I don't put all my assets in crypto, and I make sure I safeguard my assets, like crypto assets, tokens, etc., in safe places. For example, the biggest exchanges that I'm comfortable with. Obviously, I'm comfortable with my own company, so lots of tokens in my own exchange, while some hardware wallets where you want to make sure that no one can touch it other than myself. And I guess another thing is we need to know in the crypto world, the most important thing is understanding the cycle. So if you don't know about the cycle, whatever you do, if, for example, you are a founder in the space, without knowing the cycle and understand like what's the bigger picture that we are seeing, it's actually rather, effortless, whatever you do. So I think understanding the cycle is very important.
What trends do you think we're going to see in this coming cycle? What do you think is going to happen now that was different in 2021?
I personally look at some people call 2023 as GameFi summer. As a vid investor in this space, I do think I see lots of shift of gaming sector in terms of previously, for example, Axie Infinity. That's very popular in Philippines. Lots of people are just playing the game in order to earn. So we call it play to earn model. Right now, I see a shift from play to earn to play and earn. That means it's more and more important to build a game that is really funded by people which people really want to play, rather than I'm just playing for earning. So I think that's a great trend we're seeing. I have invested in a few projects in the space, a few funds as well, that they are incubating, for example, the Web 2 gaming startups or founders to include, NFT, tokenomics, etc., for them to build a Web3 project.
So one last very quick question. Is there a project right now that you see in the Web3 space that's not your own, that you're particularly excited about?
I mentioned a few in gaming and Depend, but no financial advice. There are a few, I think, in terms of secondary market that you can purchase, I guess. Ronin, Shrapnel, these are some gaming projects. And then in Depend, mobile, we talked about it, and also Demo. Yeah, so these are some projects.
Fortunately, we're out of time. We could talk about this all day, but thanks so much for joining us, and thank you for being on the panel today. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Leo.